A legal disclaimer ensures transparency about recipe sources and viewer responsibility. Pineapple tarts, known in Malay as kui tat nanas and in Chinese as fengli su sikra, are among the most cherished and iconic festive pastries of Malaysia and Singapore. These diminutive golden treats consist of a buttery, melt-in-the-mouth pastry shell cradling a spoonful of intensely flavored, slow-cooked pineapple jam. Though enjoyed year-round, they are utterly inseparable from Chinese New Year celebrations, where their golden color symbolizes prosperity and their Hokkien name on lai mai, a homophone for fortune arrives, makes them an auspicious must-bake in every Malaysian Chinese household. Extrain. The Malaysian and Singaporean version is distinguished by its open-faced or enclosed tart form, small pastry rounds with a shallow well of jam, often decorated with a lattice or crimped pastry edge, as opposed to the Taiwanese fengli su, which is a fully enclosed rectangular shortcake frequently made with winter melon and pineapple essence rather than real pineapple. The Malaysian tart relies entirely on fresh pineapple, slow reduced with sugar, cinnamon, and cloves, until it transforms into a thick, sticky, amber gold jam with a complex caramelized sweetness and a gentle warm spice undertone. The pastry itself is a study in restraint and technique. The use of cold margarine or butter, as preferred by many modern bakers including Bi Yin Lo, rubbed quickly into flour, creates a short, crumbly texture reminiscent of shortbread. A single egg yolk bound with a splash of cold water provides just enough cohesion to roll and cut the dough without toughening it. The tarts are brushed with beaten egg white before baking, not egg yolk wash, which gives them a delicate, matte golden finish rather than a glossy lacquer, preserving their rustic, homemade character. What makes pineapple tarts so deeply rewarding and so widely beloved is the contrast of textures and flavors, the sandy, buttery crumble of the pastry against the chewy, concentrated pineapple jam, the richness of the fat against the bright acidity of the fruit, and the faint warmth of cinnamon and cloves perfuming every bite. They are labor-intensive but utterly worth it, and a tray of freshly baked pineapple tarts cooling on a wire rack is one of the most evocative sights and scents of the Malaysian festive season. Pineapple jam, not too ripe pineapples, 4, skinned and eyes removed. Cinnamon stick, 1 piece, 7/8 cm length. Cloves, 6, sugar, 1 cup per 1, and 1/2 cup of measured pineapple pulp. Pastry, plain flour, 2 cups, salt, 1/2 teaspoon, margarine, 1, 10 tablespoons cold. Egg yolk, 1, cold water, 2 tablespoons. Egg white, 1, beaten pineapple jam, 1 cup this. Here are the written ingredient list. Preparation steps. Step 1. Prepare the pineapple. Skin the 4 pineapples and carefully remove all the eyes, the tough, spiny dimples dotting the surface. The pineapples should be not too ripe, firm, slightly underripe fruit has less water content and a higher acidity, both of which produce a better textured jam that reduces faster and sets firmer. Overripe pineapple will yield a watery, overly sweet jam that refuses to thicken. Step 2. Grate the pineapple. Grate the pineapple flesh in a circular motion against the grain of the fibers. This circular grating technique is important. It produces a fine, pulpy texture while minimizing the amount of tough fiber that gets incorporated. Avoid using a blender for this step in the traditional method as it pulverizes the fibers into an undesirable stringy mush. Place the grated pineapple in a sieve set over a bowl and leave it for 10 minutes to allow excess pineapple juice to drain off. The drained juice can be chilled and enjoyed as a refreshing drink. 1:24 Cross-reference note, Bi Yin Lo uses a blender for speed, blending drained canned or fresh pineapple for about 10 seconds until mushy. This is a perfectly acceptable modern shortcut, but the traditional grating method yields a jam with a more interesting, slightly textured mouthfeel. If using a blender, pulse briefly rather than running continuously. Step 3. Measure the pineapple pulp. After draining, measure the grated pineapple pulp. The sugar ratio is critical. For every 1 1/2 cup of pulp, use 1 cup of sugar. This may seem like a lot of sugar, but it is essential. Sugar acts as both a sweetener and a preservative, and it is responsible for the jam's characteristic golden amber color through caramelization. Too little sugar will result in a pale, loose jam that does not set. Too much will make it cloyingly sweet and hard. Step 4. Cook the pineapple jam. Place the measured pineapple pulp, the 7/8 cm cinnamon stick, and the 6 cloves in a large, heavy-bottom saucepan. Bring to a boil over medium heat and allow it to boil for about 30 minutes to reduce the water content, stirring frequently to prevent burning at the bottom. The pineapple will gradually transform from a pale, watery mass to a thicker, darker pulp as the moisture evaporates. When the pineapple looks relatively dry, most of the free liquid has evaporated, and the pulp begins to clump together. Add the measured amount of sugar. Reduce the heat to low and cook very slowly, stirring constantly with a wooden spoon until the jam turns a deep golden color and reaches a thick, sticky consistency that holds its shape when a small amount is dropped onto a cold plate. This final stage takes anywhere from 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the water content of the pineapples and the heat level. Patience is essential. Rushed jam will be wet and will cause the pastry to become soggy. Remove and discard the cinnamon stick and cloves. Allow the jam to cool completely before using. If making ahead, the jam can be stored in sterilized jars in the refrigerator for months. Sourced reference note, B. Yin Lo confirms that a perfect pineapple jam should be golden brown in color with a sticky, cohesive texture. She recommends tasting and adjusting sweetness during cooking, adding more sugar if the pineapples are particularly tart. She also emphasizes constant stirring to prevent burning. Scorched pineapple jam will taste bitter and cannot be rescued. Step 5. Make the pastry dough. Seed the 2 cups of plain flour and 1/2 teaspoon salt together into a large mixing bowl. Cut the 10 tablespoons of cold margarine into the flour using a pastry blender or 2 knives until the fat is distributed in small, pea-sized pieces. Then, using your fingertips, rub the margarine quickly into the flour until the mixture resembles coarse breadcrumbs with no large lumps remaining. Work swiftly and with a light touch. The warmth of your hands can soften the fat too much, which would make the pastry tough rather than crumbly. Step 6. Bind the dough. Beat the 1 egg yolk with the 2 tablespoons of cold water in a small bowl. Make a well in the center of the flour and margarine mixture and pour in the egg yolk mixture. Mix with a fork or your fingertips until the pastry begins to bind together into a cohesive dough. If the dough is too dry and crumbly, add a little more cold water, no more than 1/2 tablespoon at a time, until it just holds together. Do not overwork the dough, mix only until it comes together. Wrap the dough in cling film and rest it in the refrigerator for 15-20 minutes. This resting period allows the gluten to relax and the fat to firm up, making the dough easier to roll. Cooking steps. Step 7. Roll and cut the pastry. Preheat the oven to 190 degrees Celsius. Sprinkle a little flour on a clean, smooth tabletop or pastry board. Dip a round tart cutter of approximately 2.5 cm in diameter into flour to prevent sticking. Working with a handful of pastry at a time, knead it very lightly on the floured surface and roll it out to an even thickness of about 0.5 cm. With the floured cutter, cut out as many rounds as possible, placing them close together to minimize scraps. Re-roll the offcuts and cut again until all the dough is used. Cross-reference note, B. Yin Lo takes a slightly different shaping approach. She divides the dough and jam into equal portions, flattens each piece of dough on her palm, places a ball of jam in the center, and encloses the filling completely before rolling into a small oval. This fully enclosed style is also popular and keeps the jam moist. The Lee Suk Ching open-face method, however, is the more traditional Malaysian Chinese presentation and allows the golden jam to be visible on top. Step 8. Fill the tarts. Using the tip of a small spoon or your thumb, make a very slight depression, about 1.25 centimeters in diameter, in the center of each pastry round. Do not press through the dough, the depression should be shallow, creating a small well to hold the jam. Fill each well with approximately 1/2 teaspoon of the cooled pineapple jam. Do not overfill, as the jam will expand and bubble during baking and could overflow. Step 9. Decorate the tarts. Decorate the edges of each tart with pastry pincers. Use the tines of a fork or small pastry tweezers to crimp the rim of each tart, creating a decorative, slightly ruffled border. Use any bits of leftover pastry to create small cross-hatch patterns, lattice strips, or star shapes on top of the jam filling. This step is both functional and aesthetic. The decoration is what gives each baker's pineapple tarts their signature look, and Malaysian home bakers take great pride in their tart designs. Step 10. Egg wash and bake. Brush the pastry portions of each tart with the 1 beaten egg white, taking care not to brush the jam. The egg white wash gives the pastry a subtle golden sheen as it bakes. Place the tarts on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, spacing them at least 2 centimeters apart to allow for slight spreading. Bake in the preheated oven at 190 degrees Celsius for 25-30 minutes or until the pastry is cooked through and evenly golden brown. Rotate the tray halfway through baking for even color. 6. A cross-reference note. Lee Suk Ching uses egg white for the wash, which produces a delicate matte golden finish. B. Yin Lo uses a full egg wash, egg yolk beaten with a little water, which produces a glossier, deeper golden finish. Both are authentic. The egg white method is more traditional to the Lee Suk Ching recipe. Step 11. Cool and store. Remove the tarts from the oven and transfer them immediately to a wire cooling rack. Allow them to cool completely, at least 30 minutes, before handling or storing. The tarts will be very soft and fragile when hot and will firm up as they cool. Once fully cooled, store the pineapple tarts in an airtight container at room temperature, with layers separated by parchment paper. They will keep for up to 2 weeks at room temperature or up to 1 month in the refrigerator. Bring to room temperature before serving for the best texture and flavor. Pineapple tarts are best enjoyed with a cup of Chinese tea, which provides a gentle, fragrant counterpoint to the richness of the pastry and the sweetness of the jam. They are traditionally served during Chinese New Year but make a delightful treat for any festive occasion or afternoon tea. Notes and tips. Margarine versus butter. The original Lee Suk Ching recipe specifies margarine, which was the standard baking fat in Malaysian home kitchens when the book was written. Margarine produces a slightly firmer, more structured pastry. B. Yin Lo too and many modern bakers prefer unsalted butter for its superior flavor and melt in the melt texture. If using butter, ensure it is cold and cut into small cubes before rubbing into the flour. Either fat works well, the choice is a matter of preference. Adding cornstarch. For an even more tender shore pastry, replace 2 tablespoons of plain flour with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This is the modification recommended by B. Yin Lo and is a common trick among Malaysian bakers seeking that signature melt-in-the-mouth crumb. Choosing pineapples, select firm, slightly underripe pineapples. The skin should still be mostly green with only a hint of golden color at the base. Overripe pineapples are too sweet, too watery, and lack the tart acidity needed to balance the sugar. The Johor variety, grown in southern Malaysia, is considered ideal for jam making due to its low water content and intense flavor. Jam consistency test. To check if the jam is ready, place a small spoonful on a chilled saucer. If it holds its shape without spreading and does not release liquid, it is done. If it still flows, continue cooking. Remember that the jam will thicken further as it cools, so aim for a consistency that is just slightly softer than your desired final texture. Make ahead strategy. The pineapple jam can, and ideally should, be made a day or two in advance. This allows it to cool and set completely, making it much easier to portion into the tart shells. The jam can also be made in large batches and stored in sterilized jars in the refrigerator for months, ready for whenever the urge to bake strikes. The pastry dough can be made a day ahead and rested in the refrigerator overnight. Just bring it to a workable temperature about 10 minutes at room temperature before rolling. Freezing, unbaked, assembled tarts can be frozen on a tray, then transferred to a freezer bag for up to 2 months. Bake directly from frozen, adding 5 minutes to the baking time. This is an excellent strategy for festive preparation, allowing you to bake fresh batches on demand. Variations. Nastar A. Instead of the open-faced tart style, the same dough and jam can be used to make nastar, cylindrical pineapple rolls popular in Malaysia and Indonesia. The dough is pressed through a cookie press or rolled and cut into strips. A line of jam is placed along each strip, and the dough is rolled around the jam to form a log. The logs are sliced into 2 cm pieces, egg-washed, and baked at 180 degrees Celsius for 15-20 minutes until golden. B in Low provides a dedicated nastar recipe on Rasa Malaysia.